Anybody who knows anything about that case and believes that Assange should still be in prison is your enemy, by the way, and the enemy of human freedom and flourishing. It was monstrous that he spent 12 years locked away for exposing other people's crimes. Typically the way it works, I don't know if law enforcement's the same here, but the guy who discovers the crime doesn't go to jail. It's the guy who commits the crime goes to jail. And that's been inverted in his case. So I think it's wonderful news, as you all know. He's in Guam dealing with one of our colonial magistrates. I didn't know we even had those, but we do apparently in the United States. And then he'll be flying here where he was born. And my impression is, I was texting with his wife this morning, my impression is he plans to stay here for a while. And so I think, that's a huge net benefit to your country because he's a good man. I know him. I visited him a few months ago in Belmarsh Prison and saw how they were effectively torturing him to death. And what I didn't realize until I got there, even though I've been steeped in the case, I know his relatives, I know his wife Stella, is that he was never charged with a crime in Great Britain. Never. He was charged with no crime. So in the free world, we don't hold people who haven't been charged with a crime. And we don't hold them in my country beyond a year unless they've been convicted of a crime or they're on trial for a crime. That's just the most obvious abuse of human rights. And it went on for 12 years. And he's an Australian. And I'm sorry, I don't mean this as a criticism, just I think this is a perspective providing observation. But why did anyone allow that? He was held in the UK on behalf of the United States, which, by the way, until recently hadn't charged him with a crime either. And when it did charge him with a fake crime under an ancient statute that no one has ever charged under, the Espionage Act, to which he pleaded guilty, apparently, finally, yesterday. He didn't violate it, but he just wanted to get out of prison before he died. But he wasn't charged in the US, he wasn't charged in the UK, he was an Australian, and those three countries are aligned more closely than countries typically are. They're three of the Five Eyes, as you know. And nobody did anything about it. And I kept thinking, when is Australia gonna send a warship up the Thames to get their guy back? I mean it. What is that?